Hello, hello. Welcome everybody to the work stream. We are going to be doing some fun stuff today. I haven't done any iPhone footage in a while, so we're going to be doing some iPhone footage visual effects today. What was that? Oh, it's an ad. Nice. Yeah, let's mute that. I was like, that's not part of the song. What the heck? Okay. Let's go ahead and get started today. I gotta make a new folder. iPhone effects footage will go here, and here it is. Now, I don't know if I want a camera track inside of Blender today, or if I'm gonna use Synthesize. I'm debating. Welcome everybody. What are you doing today? I'm gonna be doing so the next video I'm gonna be releasing is gonna be a little bit different of a type of video than I usually do. It's gonna have a script. It's gonna be more focused and hopefully shorter. That's my big thing I want to start doing, is releasing more dense content in terms of more professional looking and stuff, but maybe more shorter videos as well. So I shot a video this morning, and I want to go over the kind of workflow I do to do iPhone footage, because not a lot of people have DSLRs, in this space. And so here's the shot I shot on iPhone, and we're gonna place something there. We shall see. So that's the goal. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining the stream. I'm massive still. Whoopsies. Let's make small Jacob. There we go. That'd have been funny if I didn't realize the whole stream was like that. Also, my let's see. Why is my chat not working? Or is it? Somebody type something in chat. Let me check to see if that's working. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and convert this to an EXR. Now with this one, I don't know if I want to do an all Blender workflow. Let me think, because I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I'll probably do an all Blender workflow, because what I plan to do is going to be so simple for Blender. I just want it to be easy to follow. Smart guy. What are you talking about? Okay. Yeah, I gotta do some stream. Why is love from India? Thank you. Yeah, I gotta make sure my chat feature is working. I don't know why it's not working. Chat, where are you? Yo, welcome to the stream. I am trying to figure out why chat is not working. Chat, please. Why are you doing this to me? There we go. I don't know why it wasn't doing it. Oh, weird. A lot of Indians here. Yes. Because I'm actually streaming at a time that it's not midnight for them. There we go. Hey, well, you put your course on Udemy, the one about spaceship that lands on the street. But your first course, it's great. It's coming eventually. My problem with Udemy, is that it doesn't. There's not a lot of cut to me. So you guys are like paying the same amount, but most of it's going to Udemy versus the current course links I offer. They're mostly my links, right? And so I get most of the money there. So that's my big hesitation with doing on other course websites. Let's get started. Sorry guys. Always have some like difficulties getting the stream up and working. Let's go to video editing, add movie. Why? Chill yourselves, guys. Chill. Okay, so what are we doing? I want to do 45. Yeah, it's just a super simple scene today. Then we'll go to like 2:30 maybe. Also let me know if the music's too loud. And then I want to save this. I need to make a new thing over here. Backup. YouTube. There we go. Do you guys know? Okay, this really like irks me. Do you know how to get rid of some of these over here? Because I can't select them. Cleanup maybe? Oh. Okay, never mind. I don't need you guys. I figured it out myself. Alright, what am I doing? I want to go to videos, iPhone footage, and we're gonna do, whoops. And we're gonna be saving as EXR. We're gonna do EXR half DWAA, and I am on standard, I believe. Yep. I'm gonna overwrite the color management to linear rec 709, I think. That's gonna be a test for me because I haven't done this inside a Blender, so this is kind of me learning as well. Oh, and did it set to 4K? We gotta check that now. Here, we'll go in ×2. Transform 1. There we go. Let me there we go. It's taking a long time to render. Can you explain tracking in detail because my object keeps moving slightly with the camera? Yeah, so you're about to see it. I'm going to be using Blender for tracking today. Best render for Instagram? Are you talking about like Blender whatchamacallit, render engine. Because if you're talking about Instagram, I mean, you can maybe get away with Eevee and like maybe Eevee Next and stuff like that, but I highly recommend Cycles if you want realism. If that's what you're asking. That's what I use for all my stuff. We're gonna save this real quick. What am I doing? It's early, not early morning. It's morning for me, and so I'm very non-functional in the morning. Are you a freelancer? I am. So I actually have some videos. Actually, I can go ahead and talk about this since it's public now. Tomorrow, I am doing a podcast where I'm having my good friend Ray Jenkins coming on. We're going to be talking about my freelance career. She works she worked with a employment based thing inside of Hollywood and stuff, and so we're going to be talking about our careers, all that fun stuff. And so if you want to catch that, it'll be tomorrow at 10 a.m. my time, so that's like basically an hour earlier from right now tomorrow. And so we're going to be live taking some questions, talking about our careers and all that stuff. It's going to be super fun. Super fun. Go ahead and do some camera tracking. I gotta remember it's Rec 709. That's good. And let's be in standard. I won't do that yet. Okay, so camera tracking. This is really nice. We had a if you guys don't know, there's a hurricane inside the US, and so that caused a lot of debris everywhere, and so that isn't great for our yard, but it's great for visual effects because now we have all these trackers on the ground so organically, and so we're going to utilize that as much as we can. Save this project. iPhone, I keep spelling that wrong. To test V1. The podcast will be on your channel here live. Yeah, so it'll be on my channel. You guys will be informed. I have, if you want to get notified, I actually have, if you check my channel in the live section, you'll see an upcoming live stream, and it'll have a notify me button that you can click to be notified. How long did it take you to get your first commission? I'm gonna save all those for tomorrow, but the basic answer, I'll give you the answer, but I'm not gonna explain it because that's one of the things we're gonna be going over tomorrow. It took me, I think, a month to get my first solid one. So, what are we doing? So it's 4K. I always like to multiply these by 2 if it's 4K. Location's fine. Freeze frame, normalize, and I'm gonna set the correlation 2.9. Yeah, that seems good. Let's camera track this scene. Dang, that's a lot of features already. I'm gonna go down to like 80 maybe. I'm gonna brick my machine. Let's track this, see how those do. And when I do that, it's probably gonna lag for you guys. Unfortunately, I'm streaming on the same setup that I do this stuff on, and so whenever I do like CPU intensive stuff, it hammers my my CPU. Hi, I just watched your tutorial a couple days ago. Sweet. Awesome. Now you can see the behind the scenes live. This is me making a tutorial. I'm not actually making, I'm like doing the shot that is eventually going to be made into a tutorial. Okay, that is a ton of friggin' tracking markers. Let's go ahead. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do a manual thing. Let's see. So I want to do like 50 to 80 maybe is what. A and B keyframe. I'm gonna refine. Ooh, this might be interesting. Let's go to footage, camera, lens. So I did shoot on my iPhone, so I actually do have some of this information, I believe. We're gonna go. So I shot on a 26 millimeter. And then what's the sensor width of an iPhone? Let's look that up. This is one thing I'll be going over the tutorial of, like what we do for like normal footage, and so what we have to do differently for iPhone footage. Let's see. Where am I going? iPhone 15 sensor width. Which one's the width? Okay, that's not helpful. I'm gonna plug in 8 width because I think it's width and then height, maybe. And we're gonna see. I want to try to use tracking with anamorphic lens, 50 millimeter. The nice thing about 50 millimeter is it's actually quite long in terms of for tracking, and so what you won't deal with as much is lens distortion, and so that's good. Anamorphic now depends what f-stop you're shooting at or t-stop, but it could be pretty massive. Okay, I don't know if I should have changed that number or if it changed it automatically for me. We'll see. Then I got optical center and radial distortion, and we'll solve that. This is gonna be a test. Yeah, no. Anything I find below, let's see, 25 is where you start to get into a ton of lens distortion, you know? And so even this scene will have to deal with lens distortion. What did we get? 11? Here, I don't know if that 8 number is right. Let's see. Let's chat GDP. I've been using this a lot recently. Let's bring it down here. What is the sensor width of a iPhone 15 Plus? Although Apple does not officially disclose the exact amount. Are you kidding me? Apple, come on now. What are you doing? Okay, so because iPhone says that their equivalent focal length is 26. My question is, does that mean that like this should be 26, or should it do the conversion when I plug in that number? I guess we'll see. Let's go ahead and clean up some stuff. Yeah, so right now I have all the tracking data in, and now we're just slowly whittling away the bad tracking markers. That's kind of my process. I'm looking up here. I want to get below a 0.3 if we can. So we got a lot of work to do. I didn't assume most of the stuff back here I didn't assume to be trackable. Hi Jacob, I recently made a video tutorial in my own way based on a lesson where a wall opens in you're building in a train ride. I animated a astronaut there. Thanks for that lesson. Sweet. Sick. Do you use a stand or gimbal to record? So for this, I actually used a, where is it? I used a gimbal. I used a gimbal for this one. Super cheap gimbal. Like literally, I don't even know what brand it is. I just got it off of Amazon, but it works. It works well. I actually got it like long time ago, so it's not even like calibrated for my camera. Do you use a, oh, whoops. Okay, I'm a little bit okay, this is definitely not working, guys. So what I think I should have done, I think it starts out as 50 and then this. So now let's try if I do, what was that number? The 7? Yeah, so it converts it here. So I'm gonna see if that works for us instead. This is me experimenting, so don't take everything I do. How'd that do? Whoa. Okay. That was not it either. That's crazy. Here, let's refine the focal length and everything. See if that works. Did I just get something? I didn't even see anything. I heard like a faint notification or something. What's up? I did your VFX for Asator today. I didn't understand reflections, so I rendered without them, and rendered turned out fine. Great tutorial. Thank you so much. Didn't understand. I'm trying to remember exactly which one you're talking about, but reflections are a little bit finicky inside of Blender, so I don't blame you there. What graphics card do you have? I have a 3090 Ti. It serves me fine. I'm actually looking to upgrade in the future just because some of the clients need faster turnarounds than I'm able to do now. I don't like this sensor width. I think it's throwing us off or something. Let's refine everything. When you do the stems, I don't have enough experience in Blender. I would like to learn from your stems. If you tell me what days you usually stream, that would be cool. So I don't really have a current schedule right now. So and maybe in the future, we'll see. But yeah, right now I have to work around my work schedule, and so really it's just whenever I can. And today I was like, you know what, I feel like streaming, so we're gonna do that. Okay, what is going on? I'm gonna go ahead and let's delete all these. I don't know what's going on. Something means funky, because that number should not be that high. Try tracking again. Uh, is it lagging for you guys? I'm getting like an error message from my streaming package. Let me know if it's lagging, and I can maybe change it, because right now I have the settings optimized for recording, like the bitrate and all that stuff, but just let me know. Let's try to get this. 600 is not what we're aiming for, guys. I hate to break it to you. Quality is great. Sweet. So YouTube doesn't know what it's talking about. Best GPU for 3D rendering, the best you can get is a 4090 right now. However, the 50 series is going to come out in either later this year or early next year, and that there are some leaks and rumors and stuff, but I would consider waiting for that if I were you guys. What is going on? Why here? I'm gonna X out of here. It should not be freaking 600 something, because we were getting not that earlier. Yeah, so if you okay. Some maybe it is correct. So we'll go back to that 26 focal length, turn that off, and soft camera. I haven't done Blender camera tracking in so long. But yeah, 4090 is pretty good. I got the disclosure here. I'll go to edit preferences. I got the 3090 Ti from working with NVIDIA for a it was for their Omniverse system, to where you could like use USD files for all this stuff or whatever. So I did like a blog with them, I did like a live stream with them, all this stuff, and so they gave me the GPU for that. And so I say that because this is a terrible GPU to look for. Do not look for this GPU if you value money to price to performance. And yeah, basically it's a tough time to be a GPU buyer right now. Are you maybe planning to update to Blender? So I've had and some other people have been saying 4.2 is a little bit glitchy on their end, so I'm waiting it out. I think 4.3 will be the next one I probably go up to, just because for clients and stuff like that, unless like there's a feature I really need, or if there's a bug fix or anything there. I can't be a front runner, you know, cutting edge Blender user, because I gotta have stable versions for clients and stuff like that. Yeah, so I do 3D and visual effects full time. So this is my main job. Or Blender, YouTube is my main job, but my main job is visual effects, and so hopefully that helps. Guys, we might have to do this in Synthize. I'm not liking this. This shouldn't be doing this, honestly. Kind of weird. Like, we have so many good tracking markers. I don't know why it's being funky. What about 3060? I think 3060 is fine. Like, honestly, if you're getting into the industry and stuff like that, like, that's plenty fine. It's really only me, because I have so many clients back to back, that I need like the fastest ever. The reason I didn't get a 4090 is because I knew the 50 series was going to come out and probably be better than ever, and so I'm kind of waiting for that. And in the meantime, 3090 Ti is totally fine. I just have to it limits myself some, but not enough to warrant me going ahead and get a 4090. We are going to be doing this camera tracking and Synthize, guys. I'm sorry. This camera tracking is driving me up the wall. Synthize is better anyway. Maybe use a smaller amount, more high quality trackers. We can try. I guess I don't want to give up too easily, do I? Blender camera tracking just infuriates me. So we're gonna do we can try a perspective. Freeze frame is okay, and then we're gonna detect trackers, and I find perspective actually works better with a higher, so we'll do like 670 maybe. and then 200 maybe. Let's see this. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, let's attempt this. I know you have experience with Houdini and other software. Why did you stick with Blender? Here, I'll wait for this to do it in case you guys can't hear me. Actually, quick question. While this is going, can you guys hear me okay? When it does this stuff? Because like it super lags on my end, but I don't know if it's lagging for you your end. Now that that's over, do you use tracking more often in Blender? Oh, sorry. I know you have experience with Houdini and other software. Why do you stick with Blender? The biggest thing for me is price and also experience. I just have all this experience inside of Blender. My main job is actually a compositor. We'll get into this a little bit on the live stream tomorrow. But yeah, I'm mostly a visual effects compositor. And so really, I rarely use 3D in my actual work. And when I do, Blender is totally fine for what I need it for. And so, that's kind of my explanation there. Houdini is much better, I will agree. Like if you're into sim especially, yes, but other stuff as well. Like why does all this stuff just get lost all of a sudden? That's weird. It's because okay, I forgot you gotta like do the search size like something massive. Also, I'm going to do less tracking markers. We don't need that many. Also, I'm going to increase this. We'll do, let's see, 100, and then I'll set this to 400 maybe. I think that should be good. There we go. But yeah, Houdini, it's like, it's expensive, right? Like I don't get the program for free. But if Houdini wants to hit me up, you know, I'll totally do some tutorials in Houdini. Yeah, it's gonna be too small again. I might do some from the going backwards too. That's just a crazy camera limit for the program. So we'll do detect features here. And then track backwards. Also, nobody entered me before. Can you guys hear me when it's like this? Or is it choppy? Well, I guess if you didn't answer me, does that answer the question? Let's see if this worked, then I'll get back to some of your guys' questions. It's 50 to 80. That's still a good range. I feel like it is. Okay, so let's get back to streaming. So I answered the Houdini question. Do you use tracking more often in Blender or usually in After Effects? Neither. If I'm doing like very specific camera tracking to where I need it pinpoint accurate, I use this program, Synthize. If you actually go to any of my YouTube videos, I'll have a affiliate link for Synthize. It gives you a little bit of a discount. That's, you know, because I was sponsored by them in the past and all that stuff. So full disclosure there, it helps me out a little bit on the channel. But Synthize, you know, I wish I wasn't sponsored by them because like they are one of the best programs ever. Like for camera tracking. Like if you care about camera tracking, Synthesize is one of the best programs out there. There's also PF Track, which is, I believe, a little bit more industry standard. But both will give you super industry standard level work, so you can't go wrong with either. After Effects, stay away from After Effects tracking, guys. Like, I find too many people use After Effects for camera tracking. You got to remember, After Effects is a 2D program. And so it has 3D camera tracking, yes, but it's meant for 2D graphics and stuff like that. We're dealing with 3D, and so 3D camera tracking needs to be so much more precise. Okay, this is like, I don't want to do it the manual way. I kind of just want to do Synthesize. Okay, we're slowly getting there. Slowly and surely. Oh, we got a little thing. Thank you for subscribing. That is working. Sweet. All right, let's clean up the tracks one more. Please don't break. I am so close to just throwing away this project. Is that a 1? We can do more. That's way too many tracking markers. I don't like how this sucks. Yeah, this is why I don't camera track in Blender anymore. Yeah, we're not doing this, guys. I'm sorry. I failed you. But a good opportunity to show you an actual camera tracking process. Hi, Jacob. What software can help me create visual effects for ads and music videos? So, I mean, I use Blender for 3D. I highly recommend everybody learn compositing. Compositing is one of those things not a lot of people talk about, but it's so important for the industry. And so I just feel like upgrade your compositing skills. I use Nuke for my compositing. Nuke is industry standard there, and honestly, one of the best programs I've ever used in my entire life. I'm not sponsored by them, but please, Nuke. I'd love to be sponsored by you. But yeah, I mean, compositing is one of those things not a lot of people like take into account, you know. Why is this being weird? Kind of looks, color is wrong, but I guess it doesn't matter for camera tracking. Fine tune, and we're gonna try the auto. Hopefully this should work. I'm hoping. But yeah, compositing is one of the biggest things to do, especially for music videos. They always want like crazy over the top compositing skills. So pretty off topic, but with that beefy hardware do you play? I do play some video games. Actually, this is a fun kind of moment to talk about this. Oh, here, let me wait for it to stop lagging. Please stop lagging. There we go. So I do play some video games, and with that, I actually have a Discord coming soon. And coming soon as in it'll be released tomorrow. And so I'm super excited about that. I finally sat down and figured out some stuff. Probably still have a lot more stuff to figure out after it gets launched. But that'll be fun. So you guys, we might do some like game stuff together. Who knows? But I currently mostly just play single player games. Honestly, I used to be a big multiplayer fan, but just with work and stuff like that, I want a relaxing thing after I work, you know. And so it's tough for me to a friggin', you know, hardcore video game. I used to be a big Battlefield fan. And so yeah, hopefully that answers that. GeoTracker. Not today, unfortunately. GeoTracker. I don't do too much. You can also do geometry tracking inside of this program as well. Maybe I should like, you know, maybe I should like look into that. I'm doing it in this program. That'd be sick. We're gonna calc distortion, and I'm gonna do this stuff. There we go. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of camera distortion. I didn't even think about that. Oh dang. That's fine. What am I doing? I haven't used this program in so long. Clean up trackers. This is the exact same process as in Blender, so makes it super easy to kind of go from program to program. Okay, I want to get below a 0.3 if we can in this one as well. Yeah, let's fix some of the bad trackers now. Okay, 0.28. I think we can get a little bit lower. Let's not do the bad frames anymore. Just get rid of those two, and hopefully it should work. Yeah, 0.27. That's fine. We'll test around with it for now. The problem with some of these, and I actually think it's doing a pretty good job, is we don't want to get any of the leaves that are like raised off the ground, because that will be the big suck to have to deal with. I think that's actually working pretty decently. Now, let's add our coordinates. So what I'm going to do, what I like to do inside of Synthize is go to quad perspective, lock that, and then we can pan 2D lasso trackers like that. And then what I'm going to do is with this grid over here, I can super easily set up the floor. It's gosh, Synthize is my favorite program ever, guys. I'm telling you. It's so nice if you're coming from Blender to be able to just click one button and set up at your ground. I am gonna set, where do I want my CGI? I think I want my CGI like somewhere around here, so I'm gonna set that to be my origin, and then I think the rotation's fine. So now we can make the grid the ground. And what I'm gonna do to test is I'm gonna draw a box. And in theory, our box should stay in one place throughout the entirety of the clip. I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, just like that, we are done camera trick. There is some more tests, but I usually do those inside of Blender just to double check everything is all good. Also, my like, for some reason my my like arm, not my arm, but my mic arm is like being weird. Did you buy Synthize one time, or it's a subscription? I don't think they offer subscription, but for the price, I think it's very competitive. If you're doing it like legit, like honestly, if you can't afford some of the prices of these subscription things, I'm not trying to like be elitist or anything like that, but compared to other stuff in the industry, there is so much like bigger subscription models. So I guess that's where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from a I'm doing this for a hobby thing. I'm coming from a I do this for work thing. And so it's actually really competitively priced in my opinion, for what it offers. What else we got to do? We got to go to solver. We're going to go lens workflow. We're going to do redistorted, I think. This is one thing I haven't really mastered inside of. Yeah, so like distorts our image. You can see our image is kind of like blah, blah, blah. And I think in compositing later, we can export out a node to unfix that. So that's probably what I'll do. How did you extract the Blender? I don't know what you mean by that, but we went away from Blender because Blender camera tracking was giving me problems for this scene. Just because iPhone footage has a lot of distortion, and I think that's what was going on. What are we doing now? We're gonna go to edit, file, export again. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Hopefully that didn't ruin anything. We're gonna go to scripts, Synthize, and there. Somebody just subscribed. Thank you so much. I didn't catch your name, but I appreciate. We're gonna go ahead and save this as that looks good. And let's launch Blender. So the nice thing about Synthize is this is our Blender thing. It already comes in. We're gonna save this as our new thing. And let's go to, that's the other thing that I want to see about trying to do. If I go to Synthize, I'm trying to remember shot. I think it's image processor, maybe. Save sequence. We're gonna save it because this is something I'm trying to learn a workflow for. Because basically, we need to be able to see this inside of Blender with that same distortion. And so I'm gonna render out, I think, like a JPEG sequence or something. It doesn't need to be high quality or anything. Footage distorted. Oh, it saves as an MP4. That's fine. Distorted. RGB, mesh included, compression settings. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I haven't done this in a long time, so might not work. Ooh, lovely. Look at that. So beautiful. Why did it do that? Whoa, I broke it. I really like your videos. I want to ask, should I go to VFX kind of stuff or programming kind of stuff? Because I don't know what I like. I like creating thing in Blender and coding. And in coding, I don't know what to choose. I mean, I don't know coding at all, so I can't really give you that side of the coin. But visual effects, what I like, I was interested in like CS and stuff inside of college. We'll get into this in the live stream tomorrow if you want to learn more information about it. But basically I like visual effects because I have such a kind of technical mind. I like technical things, but at uh the other end of the thing, I also like creative stuff. And so visual effects, in my opinion, is kind of like the best of both worlds there, because I find with coding, especially if you go in the industry, it's much more like, you're sitting at a desk all day, like, just coding out. It's like, I don't know, I know visual effects is very much like that as well, but I don't know. I just think, especially with freelance, I just find so much more rewarding stuff with visual effects, and that's me personally. But why does it compress it to like crazy levels? Maybe it's that. Start. I mean, that was like crazy. Like, I don't know why it was like stupid. But yeah, no. I mean, that's me personally. Again, like I come from a filmmaking background, and so that's better. Yeah, so filmmaking is just such a fun thing for me, and so that's kind of why I went down it. Oh, this is a bad one. Did the other one not save? What happened there? I saved in the wrong thing, probably. Where'd that go? I'm so confused. One in my roaming folder. That's stupid. Jacob is the most wholesome visual effects mentor ever. I appreciate it. No, I mean, because I had that same question before, and so for me, that was kind of the decision making thing. Was like, hey, I like being creative, and you can't really be too creative. I mean, yes, you can in coding, but like most of the time inside of coding, what you're going to be doing for a job is mostly going to be math related, right? And so like if you love math, like math is one of your favorite things ever, then maybe. Whoa, why is it doing all this stuff? What is going on? That's so weird. Why is it? Did it not replace it? No, it did. I think I just need to reload Blender or something. Refresh. Yeah, I need to save. Just reload. Blender's funky. I'm having a great day today, guys. I apologize. It's very whack. Okay, now we need to align this. And what I might do instead is probably what I'm going to do. Let's go to 1. There we go. Just moving the keyframes over. Hopefully, you shouldn't have broken anything. I don't think. It looks fine. So let's do some tests now to make sure everything is looking okay. This is kind of what I like to do regardless if I'm doing this in Blender. Also, actually, before we do that, let's set up the scale in the scene. So this is 2 meters. So we got to do 2 meters. Oh, I should have taken measurements outside. That was my bad. I'll probably do it after the stream. But I'll just eyeball it for now. I think that's, you know, because I was filming like here. Yeah, I think it was like around here. And then as a further thing, just because I'm a stupid American, all you guys are going to be pissed off by this. I'm going to do 1 foot. Is that 1 foot in the real world? I think that's pretty close. Might do it a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's fine. Sweet. Check American use all but not the metric system. We use the metric system for like some stuff. It's very weird. Welcome, Philip. Yo, yo, yo. You put an I in it though. Yo, I don't even know how to say that. All right. The next test I like to do is let's do one of our cubes inside of here. And then we're going to add a couple of array modifiers. I should probably automate this in the future because it's so annoying to have to do this. And then we'll just do that. And all I care about is just this floor. Just looking to make sure everything sticks. I'll give this a couple watches. Yeah, I mean, I think it slides a little bit in the back. But around the origin where I want my visual effects, I think it sticks pretty well. 'Cause I'm looking right here at this one. These ones back here kind of slide a little bit. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. This is going to be on Instagram and YouTube, so. Let's get into some CGI. Cycles, that. I'm going to denoise with optics. 128. We're going to do 512 for now and denoise with our GPU. I'm going to set motion blur on to 0.1. This is very important if you're doing with iPhone footage, because iPhone footage for some reason has like 0 motion blur. Like literally, if we kind of go throughout here, yeah, you can't see like any motion blur at all. But you can't have it to 0 because then it looks off. And so having it to 0.1 looks good. Like there's almost 0 motion blur, but there's like a little tiny bit that helps blend in iPhone footage. I'm going to go to transparent, and then that is fine. Yeah, I guess that is a better way of doing that. So what Muhammad is saying is do this. We're going to go subdivide this like 10 times. And then if we go to wireframe, whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. Let's undo that. Yeah, I think that might be a better, it's a little hard to tell just because it blends in so well. I'm sure you can come up here, right? And that's, you could probably change the color of your wireframe. But yeah, no, that's good tip. Good tip. Oh, so like cam tracking on real footage. You know it. What would you be cam tracking on not real footage? How does that work? Sweet. So what I want to do, first of all, is the color off? That's what I want to know first. Okay, yeah, it's super off. Let's see. I don't know what Synthize is using for this. Again, this is just kind of like a quote unquote proxy. But if I do this, that looks good. This is a very ugly shot. The lighting was awful outside today. Actually, it wasn't awful. This is like what, if you're a beginner visual effects artist, this is kind of what you want. You want a very overcast day because it makes lighting super, super simple. That looks good. Let's do some lighting. So first of all, I'm going to make a plane. I don't need to model out anything. I don't feel like we need to do that. And so here's my patent pending way, not actually, how to get good reflection. So, well, I guess first of all, let's talk about what we want for now. I did a recent video about this, but I like using a UV sphere. We're gonna stick with HDRI because I feel like this video is very beginner focused, and HDRIs are super easy for beginners. I'm trying to stick away from HDRIs just because I'm finding, especially with visual effects and stuff like that, there are some plugins I use that are much better to that. And if you're interested, the one I use is where is it? It's Physical Atmosphere, and so you can find that online if you go to Blender Kit. But the reason I like doing that is because HDRIs take a little bit to actually like render. It takes a long time to render, and so I find doing a plugin like that actually takes shorter time to render, and so that's pretty sick. So now I have that, we're gonna do a new material, and we're gonna assign, whoops, I did it wrong. Do that material, we're gonna get rid of, we're gonna do that, there we go. So I have this material, I'm gonna assign it to this side, right? And so now if I come out here, I'll make this metallic and roughness down, and so now we have a super reflective. And so of course in our Blender scene, if I turn this to shadow catcher, it's super ugly and we don't have anything, so we need to make that match. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, we'll just do an HDRI today. Now I could capture my own HDRIs, and I'm actually thinking about that. I really have to set up like a donation thing or something for like streams and all this stuff or whatever, because my ultimate goal was to get like a Insta360 or something like that, so I can start capturing my own nature eyes, because I could in theory just do a chrome ball, but I think my method honestly is perfectly fine for like chrome balls for now. Let's look at some of the shadow over here. I think our only big object is like this. Yeah, so it almost looks like a 3D render now, doesn't it? But you know, we gotta match it. I like. Let's see, which one do I like? I kind of like this one. Yeah, I think this one matches. Let's try it. Sometimes it's good to just download like mini HRIs and like test them, you know, because it's super easy to like just swap them real fast. So we're gonna go to world. We're gonna set this to environment texture and open that up. So yeah, I think that matches pretty well. I'm just looking at the shadow now. Yeah, I think that's good. Yes, we have the shadow. This is kind of where a lot of people leave it off. And you know, if we see, the reason I love using this chrome ball method is because we have this white surface over here, and that's reading very white to me in the actual world right now. But this reflection thing over here is like no bueno, and so we gotta fix that. So I have this plane here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have our shadow catcher, turn that off, and let's add a new material here. This, if you watch any of my videos, I mean, this is super like I do all the time. We'll add a image texture right here, plug the color into the base color, and we're gonna open up. Which one should we open up? Should we do the EXR? Probably. And then we're gonna, oh, you need to have the Node Wrangler add-on installed, so let's go to add-ons, go to Node Wrangler. You guys should have Node Wrangler like regardless of what artist you are. Node Wrangler is like one of the best like free add-ons that comes with Blender. It should be checked by default. Blender, please, like there is no reason not to. I feel like I don't understand. But if we hold Control T, we can now put this to window, and I'm gonna turn it to mirror, so we clip some of that better, auto refresh, and yeah, I think that is looking good. Let's play around with some of these. I've never played around with the color space of this. I think that looks good. Okay, yeah, so now you can see, let's go ahead. I need to turn roughness up and then specular down. I never like to do it all the way because especially specular, I just find that, especially with the blacks, maybe it is good to do with the blacks. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just do them all the way up. But yeah, now we actually have like shadow, or not shadow, reflection, and so that's sick. That's exactly what we want. Now with this, we can go ahead and turn the shadow catcher back on, and there we go. We literally have like perfect reflections now. And again, that's like one thing I feel like everybody skips over, especially beginners, and like it's very, very important to get that right, guys. Like I'm telling you. Upcoming video leaked in your folder. What are you talking about? What video did I leak? Oh, trust me, guys. I have many videos in the works. Don't you worry. You got like a sneak peek on a sneak peek. Sorry, you guys have been saying like crazy. What do you think about car modeling? How can I learn as a beginner? Look up videos online. There are probably a few courses for car modeling, but just get the basics of modeling out of the way first, like topology, all that stuff, and then start doing it yourself. You know, cars are pretty tough, I would say, to model as a beginner, but you can eventually get there. I'm new. Can you tell what you're working on? Yeah, so I'm working on a visual effects shot that I'm making a tutorial on, and so I don't know what I'm going to put here yet, but we're working on that. I think you can put plane and subdivider. Oh yeah, Um, color. I know this color issue because Blender uses AGX, and if you want to use real color set, it is standard, but the lights are over. Yeah, so I'm not the best person to talk about this, but basically, we're gonna have to use Blender's OCIO inside of Nuke, which is my compositor of choice, and it works. It's very confusing. Yeah, it's I don't love it. Could I beat Goku? Of course I could. Using visual effects, of course. If you're doing visual effects, don't use Blender, Houdini, Nuke, Maya. Check Studio Career pages if you're interested in visual effects. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. If you're doing visual effects, what I would say to you though is it really depends if you want to be freelance or like studio based. Because I say if you're doing freelance stuff, Blender is totally fine for what even I do. Right? Like I get paid pretty decently in the visual effects world, and I still use Blender, right? And so I wouldn't say don't use Blender. However, if of course you are looking to get into a studio, they are looking for Houdini, they are looking for Nuke, and they're looking for my artists. So, but I don't like people gatekeeping the VFX community, saying, "Oh, if you don't use these programs, you can't do anything." That's not true. Use whatever programs you want to use, and just keep in mind your goals, right? If your goal is to eventually get up to Hollywood level visual effects, yes, you want to eventually get there. What I'd also say to that though is, if you start out with Blender, all those skills are going to transfer, right? You're not going to have money when you're out of the gate, and so Blender skills do transfer to Houdini, and so just keep that in mind as well. AGX or Filmic changes the video color, is standard doesn't change it. Yeah, so we'll get into that in a little bit, I guess. Sweet. So this is looking good to me. Let's see the white version. Yeah, so that looks pretty sick. Now for this video, I want to do, what do I want to do? I haven't really thought too much about this video. This video was supposed to be mostly just talking about like iPhone visual effects and like how to perfectly match it and stuff like that. And so I want to get something reflective into the scene. Just browsing through some of their models. Oh, slap the mic. But Maya Z-axis, yeah, I mean there are lots of programs that, like, if I export out of FBX, right, like I can tell it, hey, whatever program I'm exporting this to, Z is going to be the up axis and stuff like that. I guess that's what you're getting to. My workflow basically includes Synthize to camera track, Blender for CGI passes, and then Nuke for compositing. Jacob the Go, I appreciate it. Should I do a giant gnome? No, we'll definitely, like, with this live stream I have going tomorrow and the person I'm bringing in, she and I have both been into the industry, and so we'll talk about all this stuff, because Blender is a very very quote unquote beginner level software. However, it is still used in the industry, maybe not on screen, but definitely behind the scenes, in order, like, literally I've had so many examples of somebody's like, hey, can you give me notes on this file? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, just send me an FBX. And so I feel like everybody should know Blender on like a surface level in order to like view models, view textures, anything like that. It's so easy to be able for somebody to just throw me something that they did in Maya or Houdini, and it's like, hey, can you check this to like give me notes on your end and stuff like that, to where I can like go in the topology, see if all that stuff's okay. I've actually worked on a feature that did do that, right? And so it's still being used in the industry, just not for the final step, right? Gosh, guys, I don't like any of this stuff. All right, it's not that I don't like it. It's I kind of want to have some fun with like some. Ooh, that would be so sick. I want to find like a good model we can like add some cool modifiers to. Let's do this one. I think I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do for this one. I'm just gonna do 2K. I think we're gonna see. I just modifiers are so much fun to play around with inside of Blender. What do you think about Quixel Bridge not free to use upcoming update? Actually, we talked about that on my first episode of my podcast. I was with LB Bunch, one of my good Unreal friends, and so we talked about that, how sad we were, but she actually mentioned some good things about some workarounds and stuff. And so definitely go check out that podcast. I think that was one of our last questions that we got on that podcast. So definitely go check that out. She had some good things to say about it, but very sad. Look at our man. Yeah, I mean, it's sad, right? Like, don't get me wrong, it's sad to go. Quixel and Unreal are such an amazing deal. Like, it's honestly like understandable in my eyes that, they're not offering it for free anymore. It was like crazy to begin with that it was free. And I'm not trying to say anything like, like all that, but I understand to an extent, right? I didn't sleep that night. I'm going to go to sleep. Good night. Thanks for joining the stream. It's all good. I won't hold it against you. How dare you? How's the topology? Pretty good, actually. Ah. So I want to see... Was it a wave modifier? Okay, that's way too much. Let's not do that. I kind of want to do... Here, let's set this up. Let's just do a UV sphere. Whoa. I want to try if I do dynamic paint. It's going to be the brush. And then this, if I do canvas and set this to waves, I want to see the effect, because what I'm trying to go for is kind of something like that, even though his eyes are being weird. I don't like that his eyes are like that. Are you planning to make a tutorial for green screen VFX, more like the green screen clips in your latest showreel? Nobody has really talked about it on YouTube. Maybe. I mean, honestly, that stuff is so massive of an undertaking. Like, literally, those shots took probably like 50 hours of like literally trying to make it so realistic that like that would maybe have to be a course like length, Like, that would just be such a massive undertaking. Please add subtitles. Can I add like live subtitles? Is that what you're saying? I can check real quick for you, but I don't remember there being the option for live subtitles. Yeah, let me know if there's a way to do a live subtitles. If not, then make it with displace and control it with object and animate it. Because I'm trying to do like a ripple effect, you know? So you're saying do this or something? Whoa. That's exactly what I wanted. I guess I'm confused of what you're... So I wonder if I just, can I... How do you get rid of, if I go to UV clear seam, would that do anything? No, that just makes them have spiky eyes now. Displace modifier. Oh, what in the world? But I want to be able to, maybe if I add a vertex group, maybe that. Whoa, why is that like crazy? That's actually pretty funny. I got a big nose. I love janky modifiers. Oh, he's a big head and he's sad. Apply scale, good call. I always forget that. I always forget the apply scale. That was pretty funny. What up? What up? Hello to you as well. How are you doing? I am all good. Head out and study. Oh my goodness. Why you watch my stream instead of studying? What's wrong with you guys? Your streams are so peaceful and fun to watch. See ya. Awesome. Thank you. And good luck studying. We love studying. Okay, so now, so I could just animate. I guess that's what you're saying, but I kind of want to have reaction. Here. What if I do a cloth instead? Cloth. You gotta make this a collision. I wonder what internal spring would look like. Oh, I need to make this a collision as well. That kind of works. That's basically like a soft body effect now. But what I want, let's make a new vertex group, and I want to go to weight paint. And let's see. Is it strength? Okay, so I need that to be up. So I wanted to stay on the ground. That's decent. Maybe the bottom side I'll get as well. Okay, we'll try that. Put that as a pin group. Oh, that's kind of sick. My question is, I kind of want it to like phase through. I think I remember there being kind of maybe something like that. If I okay L, then we'll come to like 100 maybe. Why does he look so jiggly? Probably because he's kind of low poly, I guess. Okay, is there... I think there's a way to have it... Let's go to internal springs, maybe. I want to say there was like a way to make it a little bit to where it could like maybe phase in as like a random chance to like phase collisions. Yeah, I can't remember honestly. This might be what we want though. Let me go and turn that off. I forgot it like does all this stuff. And if I... This might brick my machine. Change it from normal to RGB in the modifier? What are you talking about? Hello, welcome, welcome. You can use gradient like Photoshop. I think this give me the effect that I kind of wanted though. Up the bending value. Let's see what that does. I think are you actually saying the bending like that, or you just mean like make it bend more? Let's try turning these down too. I kind of want it to like deform a little bit more. How does it look with the texture on it? Kind of curious now. It's like our little bobblehead. Was in the displace modifier. Gotcha. We can maybe try it. Ooh, we're just having some fun. I literally don't even know what we're doing right now. I kind of want to try. Let's add a new. I kind of want to try a metallic, like very dark metallic material. Just see how that goes. Like a chrome. I think that would be pretty fun. I don't want that. Yeah, I still want it to like not be as stiff like you're saying. I think that's maybe in the internal springs. If I do the tension and compression down. like this is very stiff to me. I like want. I wonder if we try like 90. What if we? Does it not go up to 90? I guess you can only go down. Like kind of went in his head. Why is that not like doing anything? Cloth settings are kind of weird sometimes. Let's check the weight paint. No, like that's 0 up there. Linear is better. I've never tried linear. Let's try it. Huh. Nice. Where'd our bending go? Or our internal springs? Oh, it doesn't allow. Doesn't allow pressure. Yeah, I guess it doesn't allow pressure or internal springs. Oh, that's gonna brick my computer. Now he's like an old man. If I just turn the structural stiffness up. Just turn all these up. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, does he come back up? That'd be so sick. Oh, I kind of like that though. What do you guys think about the material change? Do you like it? I could add a more interesting material on it too. This is so stupid. I don't even know what we're doing, guys. I forgot they got rid of Musgrave. I think we need to make this black. Is that right? Or you can try Bezier better. What are you saying? Bezier better? Is that an add-on or something? that adding detail? I can't really tell, guys. I don't think so. Let's increase that. I'm terrible with texturing. From linear to Bezier. I don't think there is a Bezier. Is this what you're talking about? Because I already have the keyframe. Here is Bezier. From Ecuador. Welcome. I love hearing where everybody's from. Got a worldwide audience. How does this look with the actual effect? I think it adds some grime, maybe. Maybe a little. I think I need to do this as well. Trying to add some imperfections here and there. Yeah, you can really see down there. I wonder if we had a bump to it. Kind of just curious now. That kind of looks cool. It's like a... Ooh, I do like that. Maybe we'll split the difference, divide that by 2, so it's not too noticeable. Yeah, I kind of like that. Nice face expression. This is me when I spend 5 hours on a render and it fails last minute. So now that we have the physics set up, what do we want to do? What does a little ball look like to it if I make the size down? I love the facial expression. It's so funny. Quickly, what do we do if I don't have the ball in it at all? Just kind of stand there. Oh, whoops. I guess if you don't hide it, it doesn't, like, disable it. Here, I'll just delete it for now and we'll undo it. Just kind of falls over. What if we reduce the speed multiplier to 0.5? We can test it and see. Oh, here, let me, for some reason Blender is weird sometimes. You gotta, like, tab into it to reset it. I just wish we could do it to where it, like... What's the word? Is it, like, permeates or something? Maybe I'm thinking of something else because... I swear there's something to where we could have What's dynamic mesh do? I swear there's something to where we could have it like go inside it. You know? Maybe not. Perfiate? Is that how you say that? Maybe? It started with P. That's all I know. And I thought it was a cloth setting, but maybe it's not. Yeah. Turn off sub collision. Pressure. It's not pressure. I wonder what it looked like with pressure though. Oh, it didn't. No, it does have pressure. Did it do the thing again? Yeah, it's basically what I'm trying to do is like have the balls not like fully hit it and deflate it, you know, have it like go through it but still like cause like some ripples and like some interaction or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So now that we have this set up, what should we do? Because I don't want just like a simple ball just doing that. I kind of want it to react or something. Can it tear at the point of impact? I don't think Blender is that sophisticated for tearing. Maybe I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't have tear physics into it. I think soft body. You know, I haven't messed with soft body in forever. We can try it real quick. If I just duplicate this, turn that off. So this one is going to be soft body. Just see what this does to begin with. Kind of like a jelly. Why does Blender physics like are so unoptimized? It's crazy. That is pretty cool though. Here, let's stop this before it literally rips a hole in my head like that. Let's simulation self-collision solver. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of soft body stuff. What's sewing? Pulls loose edges together. What does that do? I wonder what would happen actually if we... Here, we'll do this. If we just have like some objects kind of fall down on it, like super tiny objects. Why does that not interact? Am I being silly? Do rigid bodies and cloth not talk to each other? I don't know if I've ever ran into this to where I needed it to, so it might very well not be possible. Maybe if I set this to mesh, maybe it has to be mesh to be able to interact. For learning Nuke, honestly, Nuke YouTube is tough. I think there's a few okay guys out there like VFX Vibe and Compositing Academy, I think are some of the two off the top of my head that are decent, but Nuke is like a tough thing online. Can't mix both, convert it. That sucks. Of course it can't. Is there a way to convert this to keyframes? I don't know if I've ever done that either. Also, cheap courses on Udemy to learn new. Yeah, I mean, courses are also a good thing if you're starting out learning a program. Personally, I was self-taught a little bit with Nuke, but more importantly, I did a few classes in university for it. So that's my background on Nuke. And then mostly just doing my own work and, you know, process, trial and error and stuff like that. Can you try to put the sculpture in passive? I mean, I could do passive up here, but I'm just trying to figure out how to bake. So I can go to object, rigid, bake to keyframes. That's what I want. Just try doing that. It's like blocking up my system now. Great. The faded white screen. Ah, there we go. Okay. Ah, so that's in keyframes now. Now if we do collision, kind of looks like a zombie from Last of Us. Why is it doing that? Come on, Blender. Work with me. Actually, I wonder... Try turning damping like all the way up. I wonder what that would do. Let's reset that. What about friction all the way down would do? He kind of deformed his head. That's a pretty funny face. I don't know about this one. Shoot. What else can we do? Thoughts about After Effects tracking? I'd stay away from it if I were honest with you guys. After Effects tracking, we talked about this a little bit, so I'll quickly just say what I said again. It's mostly, After Effects is a motion graphics platform, right? It's 2D based, and so for 3D stuff, it's just not what you want, trust me. It'll just lead to a lot of like sliding around and stuff. Like, do yourself a favor and learn an actual like camera tracking software. I use Synthize. Synthize, my beauty. I do. You actually bring a good. What if we have something up here? Subdivide it like 20 times. And add another cloth. Do they interact with each other out the gate? Collisions. Can cloth interact with cloth? I don't think that's a feature inside of Blender, right? Okay. I think I am remembering now. It doesn't work. I'm from Uganda. What you can do for green screen. I'm maybe thinking about doing some green screen tutorials and stuff like that. Honestly, it's not at the top of my priority list right now. There's a lot to go into green screen that I don't feel like a simple YouTube video could handle, you know, to the extent that I want to do. It will view so good. You try the proximity mode node. We added collision, not the cloth collision. Yeah, I don't know. But I already tried that. I already tried adding collision for both and they didn't work. You're talking like that? Do collision for that. I don't think that's gonna work. Oh. Let's turn off collision for that, maybe. Still doing that thing. Okay, there we go. Maybe it starts like that and then I could like get it to like blow off. Hello. Hello, welcome to the stream, Abstract. I know it's a different time than I usually do it, so why is this not interacting with that now? There we go. Yeah, so like have it start off like this. How does this look? Yeah, have it start off like this and then like how are we going to yank it off? Like I can't do a pin group, I don't think. Or maybe I start. We'll start with it like right here. And if I grab this center face, make a group out of that. I can set that to be the pin group. And so we'll start like, we'll go like 10 seconds in and then it'll pull off. How should it pull off? Should I just go up? Something like that. And then to over here, maybe? See how that looks. And then I also have to set this cache to be negative 50. We'll try that first. Yeah, I'll increase the vertex in a little bit. Don't you worry. Fun with physics. Maybe it'll be a physics tutorial. Maybe in the future I'll do like a video of like a shot with literally every single physics in a shot. So like smoke, water, cloth, soft body, rigid body, all that stuff. That'd be a whole hassle to get them working together. Yeah, I mean, that worked. Go ahead and delete the bake, do it to 1 there. And then I do want this to go up higher so we don't see it. We'll bake that. Use balls again, maybe. So what you're saying is you want to see, we'll just try it with 1 for now. And I don't want to make it too small because I feel like cloth will get whack if we do that. Okay, so that deforms that, but I want it to deform the other way around. So if I add collision there, it might break everything. Yep. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Yeah. I think this one is working, so I'm gonna add some more subdivision. Yeah, getting that nice cloth there. Oh, that's gonna be sick. Let's bake that. That scene looks so crazy for an ad into a building. There you go. That's the fun thing about physics is it takes forever. Like this is fine. This is going fast. I did some fluid stuff inside of Blender a long time ago. This was even like I'm trying to even remember. I think I had my decent laptop at the time, but it still took like a day to even bake. I remember that being so like it was literally like I would have to bake it for like 4 hours, see if I liked it or not. If I didn't like it, I'd have to change some stuff and then bake it for another 4 hours and stuff like that. It was like crazy. And I couldn't just be like I bake it for like 10 frames and see how I like it, because the problem was at the very end, like of it interacting with an object, and so it was mind numbing. So not a big fan of liquid inside of Blender. Blender sucks with liquid and pyro, like smoke and stuff. Am I gonna have to do self collisions with this? By the way, I don't think I think it's fine. I didn't even think about it till now, but I think it's fine. Yeah, it didn't like throw me off or anything. What does throw me off is this freaking, I hate Blender. I hate that it does this. I wish by default like it'd be fast. Like I could totally fix this by upping the quality of everything, but like it just it's so annoying. So what I'm gonna have to do is do this down. And so this top one is not gonna have collision on it, but this bottom one is. That's so annoying. Did you already? Yeah, Embergen is a great alternative. Like I've used it in the past for projects, freelance projects, and also a few of my personal projects. It's great. I actually recently tried out Liquidgen. While that's loading, I guess I could show you guys that result. If I could find where that would be. let's see, that would be this one? Yeah, this one. So this one I used Ember or Liquid Gin for. So it's basically like Ember Gin, but it's for liquid. It's by the same company, Django FX. And so I was super excited about this result. I think it's pretty cool. You know, for the time I spent to. Of course, Houdini is going to be better. Like this doesn't have any white water or anything, or any particles or anything like that. But for like literally a proof of concept or anything like that, or like, you know, I feel like this is pretty decent for like a lower budget film for getting water physics and stuff like that. I mean, of course, Houdini is always going to be king there, but for the price and also experience level needed, like I never touched that program and was able to get that as my first result. Are they paid? Yeah, they are subscription based, like everything is. But again, in our world, like, you know, it's the unfortunate thing. I wish everything was perpetual, but it's not terrible. What I will say about subscription based stuff is it's actually decent for like freelance work, because now instead of like buying a $500 package of a perpetual license that I'll probably only use for one project, I can buy like a month-long subscription for a project and just use it for that month, you know, for a freelance project, and then never use again. And so that's what kind of helps about freelance subscription license and stuff. So there we go. Our interactions are doing much better now. Okay, what are we doing here? People hate subscription, but it is what it is. I agree. It's there are benefits to it. Like I don't think enough people talk about the benefits of subscriptions. If it's gonna be a program that you're gonna be using for forever, right? Like, yeah, that mega sucks. Like, you know, I hate that. But for me personally, in my freelance world, you know, I don't want to have to pay for a huge license, right? If I'm not going to use it forever. And so having subscriptions for certain things actually benefit people, and I don't think that gets talked about a lot. Again, I'm not shilling out for these guys or anything like that, but for the little man like me, it does help. So their Geogen looks promising. Interesting. Yeah, I saw that they are working on that too. My um my hope is that they're not diving into too many things at once, right? Like Embergen is such a great tool. They need to be doing more of that stuff. Liquigen, it can be a great tool as well. Honestly, though, for geometry generation, like landscapes and stuff like that, I don't know how useful that's going to be in a workflow. Maybe I'm not thinking of things right, but I feel like there are already tools out there that, and not many people are looking for geometry generation. You know, I don't know. I feel like more people are looking for liquid and smoke and less for the other stuff, but maybe I could be wrong. Uh, so I think for this, maybe we just keep it simple and just have the sphere kind of interact with our thing. I kind of want this off screen though. Yeah, the reality capture of, you're saying like the credits, you buy credits to use it, but I'm trying to remember. It's like something to where you can you can preview it, but if you want the downloadable stuff, like you need to purchase it so that before you purchase it, you know that it's what you want. Is that kind of what you're getting at? I think that's what they do. I can't remember. I did use them a long time ago, but it's been forever. Oh yeah, no, it is really cheap. I did it for one of my very old shots for a film. Let's see if I remember where that is. I gotta get a better storage system. My storage is dying. I think it's this one. Yeah, and then it was, if I go here, that would have been this one, question mark. No, it's not that one. It was one of these shots. It's been so long since. Yeah, I gotta get like a mega vault, like NAS setup, because like for business you gotta keep all the shots that you work on. Goodness sakes, which one was it? Was it AF? Nope. I think it was AK, actually. No, we already did that one, Jacob. It's gonna be like the last one I pick, isn't it? There we go. Of course it is. Yeah, so this guy, he was an actor that we had to like make turn to stone, right? And so I ended up photo scanning it and then using reality capture to, actually put together the thing. And so this is what I used it for before. And what's funny about this one is, of course, like skinny actors is very tough because they always move slightly and all that. Especially, he had to be in this like stance, and so I felt so bad for him. We're going as fast as we could and stuff, but because that they were moving a little bit and stuff, you can actually see there is some like geometry weirdness and stuff going on with everything here, but because we wanted him to be stone, it actually worked out in our favor because like all this stuff was gonna have a stone texture on it anyway, and so I didn't care about smoothing it out. I didn't need it to be the most high quality anything, and I thought it worked out pretty well. Yeah, I mean, everything nowadays is moving to subscription, and so I think hopefully it doesn't happen, but eventually I do think Blender is going to have to offer some type of paid thing. Again, don't want it. Nobody wants it, of course, but I do think it's inevitability, whether that be Blender still offers a free version and maybe the paid version has some more stuff to it. But, guys, like these guys are businesses. They got to make money somehow. The nice thing is Blender is very community led and funded, I should say, and so that's sick. What would be the ideal way to earn money using Blender in minimal time? I mean, here's my problem when everybody asks me like how to make money in Blender fast. Unless you know the program, you can't make money fast. Like the reality is like people are not only paying to get stuff done, but they're also paying for all the experience and all the stuff that you have. And so trying to like fast track that is super hard to do legitly, you know. Like I don't see many people paying, you know, top dollar for anything until you like have the track record, you know. That's the thing that kind of sucks, but it's true. It's like nobody wants to pay somebody who is an unknown, you know. And so there are ways to still make money there, like if you do Fiverr, any of those kind of lower end kind of freelance websites and stuff like that. There are definitely people willing to pay, but like not what the work is worth, if that makes sense. Okay, this is, I think, pretty much all I want to do. Let's set this to be like a cool texture. Do I still have my real-time materials? I do not. Let's relink that real quick because I do want to use some of those. Because of my storage situation, I had to like relocate a bunch of stuff. So that would be here, inside of here, and then real time. Let's go to list. I think it's this one. Yeah. I want like a what is this? It's kind of cool. I guess apply the scale. Did I apply the scale? I don't think so. That's not bad. What if we I kind of want like a denim. This is just a real-time material asset pack, by the way. Okay, I don't like denim. Just search for cloth. Let's do like a tablecloth, maybe. I wonder. Something like that. It's not bad. What is this? Oh, that's kind of cool. Kind of like that. What do you guys think? Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so I guess if you're already learning Blender and stuff like that, I would say get your work out there. Like get your work seen. I think the best places to do that is YouTube, but more importantly, like social media like Instagram and stuff like that. That's how I think getting names out fast is good. Um I think, yeah, just like post your work out there even if you don't necessarily love it. Like I'm telling you guys, most of the time people are super perfectionists in this line of work to where your work is fine and you should just get it out there. You know, it's kind of what I tell people. The more you have out there, the more people are like willing to give you a chance, right? Okay, what material are we doing for this thing? Just do like some cool material like that. Let's do this one, maybe. What does this one look like? That looks pretty cool. I'll just do that. So I want to get this stuff rendered out. Also, I just quickly want to point out the reason we're at a weird resolution right now is because, as you can see, it clips outside of here. And so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to, inside of compositing, basically redistort this back so the footage is straight, but our visual effects is cropped. Or not cropped, but redistorted. So it matches. Because if you don't, that's how stuff doesn't stick. I'm still developing my process, so I might have a video here soon as I do some tests, but yeah. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to do, I kind of want to do, kind of want to render this out. I think the stream has gone on for quite a while of us just messing around. So I want to go ahead and render some of this stuff out. We're going to do a multi-layer file, DWAA. And then we're going to go to, where did I have that? Videos, iPhone, render, CG, V1. So this first one is going to be called RGBA. That's just because Nuke likes having RGBA as one of the ones. It just makes our lives a little bit easier. I'm going to do shadow as well. I don't think I'm going to break it up into a multi-pass composite because honestly, I don't think I need it. So this one is going to be objects. So we need to turn the shadow to indirect only. And then we're going to copy these and do shadow and just do the opposite. So this is that and that is that. We got to turn that on. Don't know why that was off. But yeah, so now if I do this to shadow, let's do a test render real quick. Render an image. I forgot. Do you have a Discord? Good thing you asked that because I have a Discord coming tomorrow. We are doing some behind the scenes stuff today. I promised my patrons to get early access, and so actually, if you're a Patreon member, you should already have early access to the Discord. I know a few of my patrons are actually in there. But tomorrow I release it to the world, and so that's gonna be fun. We're gonna do all this fun stuff inside of there. Maybe some community challenges coming up. I still gotta plan all this stuff. I have so many plans, and yeah. So just stay tuned. I'll be making a post tomorrow about all that stuff, all that goodness, and so should be super fun and exciting. I will say I don't have much Discord experience, and so it's going to be very rocky at the start in terms of like what channels are set up correctly, what bots are set up correctly, and all that stuff. Like it'll be a work in progress, let's just say, but a way for me to communicate with you guys and have some fun. So drop your Patreon for sure. I'll drop it. I mean, you guys feel free to do it. I will say, this is a word of warning. My Patreon is about to go through a change. I'm literally, after this stream, I'm going to have lunch and then work on changing my Patreon, just because there are certain tiers and stuff that are going to change. And so just keep that in mind. But I can plug that real quick since you asked. Again, I use Patreon as a way to host my files mostly. And in the past, I actually offered one-on-one services, but no longer, unfortunately. So the link is in there. I'm pretty sure you can do coaching session too. I'm no longer doing the coaching session, unfortunately. That's still going to be offered, but not through my Patreon. And so just keep in mind, those are changing. I am offering refunds if somebody accidentally, like, you know, does it in the next day and they're like, hey, what the heck? You just changed it when I joined and stuff like that. So I am doing some refunds there if people need them and stuff, since I know it's going to be a transition period. But just know I don't offer one-on-one sessions anymore. That's the unfortunate thing. Okay, I think that worked. Let's open up Nuke and see if that file looks okay. And I can just quickly show you guys kind of the color process that we have to do inside of Nuke, at least. We're gonna go here, footage, image sequence. And then we have to go to render CG B1 50. Okay, so first of all, we need to have this one. We'll go to dope sheet I needed this to start at 1 because we did move that, if you remember. And then this can start at 50. Why can't I move that? Come on now. Why is it being weird? Literally, let me move this. What in the world? Well, that's annoying. I don't think it matters. So here is Nuke. Let me quickly just save this. So we have this. In order for the colors to remain accurate, first of all, let's go to, I think it's 4K, UHD 4K, yeah. And then we're gonna go to that, and then I think 160 or 86 is that, then 30 FPS. And then if we go up to color, what I have to do is, instead of using Nuke default, I'll use OCIO. This is where you can set aces as well. We're not going to be working in aces because iPhone doesn't do aces. Let's do custom. And here's the OCIO config. It's like located in the Blender files. You can look up the path later, but it's this OCIO fig that Blender uses. And as you can see, it automatically comes with like everything. And so you can see here, if I go here, instead of seeing linear, if you remember all the way back when we were actually rendering this out, we actually saved this as linear Rec 709. And so now we like know the exact like thing we did inside of Nuke. So we can go to well, we'll have to figure this out. We'll go here, and so this should be in linear Rec 709 as well. And so now if we merge these two things back here, inside of here, in theory, if we hook these things up, this should, we'll go ahead and test our theory by adding a alpha over here, and then we'll add a image sequence here to do our original footage. So that's what we're looking for. Let's go to 50. And I think that's pretty good. Like, I think that matches. Yeah, so that's how we get like perfect matching inside of Nuke. For color management, because some people asked that before. I just want to kind of go over that. Yeah, I think that works. And then just quickly, since we're here, I'll do some basic kind of stuff. We'll add our shadow back in, so I have to shuffle that out. Over here, and we'll go to shadow, right there. Plug that in here. It's gonna be super like messy, guys, but I'll just turn the gain down and maybe some of the gamma, and now we have our shadow in there. So that's all there is to it, basically. And then I can go ahead and we'll unpremult and premult. This is something you got to do if you're dealing with colors or anything inside of Nuke. It's kind of like because Nuke has a lot more control. This is stuff that After Effects and stuff already does in the background, but because Nuke has so much more control, you have to do it like this. You know, I don't know the technical explanation, but just know that if you're doing anything with color, you got to unpremult and then premult it again. We'll just quickly do a black. I'm not even gonna like pick the darkest area. We'll do that. Is there any white in the scene? We'll do like that is our white point. And then we'll set this stuff as well. We'll do black over here and then white. Something like that. There we go. So now we have our white corrected, and then I can gamma this. I think we need to gamma this up a little bit. So something like that. That's reading much more realistically. So yeah, so just with one kind of grade. I think we're reading a little bit too much blue. So I'm going to decrease the blue and green just ever so slightly. That looks a little bit better to my eye. Yeah, so now this is more white. You can see before it was like a little like orange for some reason, but that's white now. So yeah, so next thing I have to do is just render this all out basically. Oh, and I have to I'll figure out later how to add the distortion back in. Because remember, like, you can see it up here. Ours is a little bit bigger, and so we actually have to distort it back. You know, because even our leaves down here aren't lined up correctly. Like if I... Yeah, let's turn this off. Where those leaves be? Yeah, so our thing should be, like, right here, you know? And so in distortion, it'll go back in and try to, like, perfectly match that stuff. In theory. We shall see. I haven't done it before, so it'll be a good test, let's say. So yeah, so that's basically all I wanted to do with the stream. Is just do some of that stuff and get a cool result. I might honestly change around some things for the tutorial, since this was kind of like my behind the scenes tutorial thing. So just know later on, guys, like once you see the tutorial, it'll probably not be all that stuff into it. It might have like some other stuff in the shot, but I kind of just wanted to showcase. Also, I might go re-record this footage because for some reason we couldn't get a camera track inside of Blender, and I really want that for this tutorial, just so everybody, it's kind of like a, hey, this is what we do to get it working inside of Blender type of tutorial, but we shall see. Let's finish off some of these comments. I'm pretty sure you can do coaching session too. Whoops, I already read that. You never work for schools. Not officially, or anything like that. I've definitely helped out some schools and stuff before. Hey man, good to see you. Sorry, we're ending the stream, but thanks for joining in. Just joined the Patreon and early access Discord. Thanks. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Let's welcome to the Discord. Yeah, definitely let me know, because I am total noob to that stuff, and so yeah, totally let me know. Coming to the Discord, there's gonna be like a $1 tier now. The $3 tier is gonna mostly be the same, but with the addition of a new role in Patreon, or sorry, in Discord. And then the $10 tier is gonna be roughly the same. I think the $10 tier is the only one that's not really changing, other than adding a a Discord role. And then there's going to be a $25 tier. That tier is really going to be the same as the $10 tier, but it's going to have a, you know, ultimate role on Discord, or whatever I'm going to call it. And then it's just going to be there for those who want to give more. I'll make sure to like point that out, that you're not getting really any more benefits for that role and stuff. It's really just more for people who want to help out the channel and stuff like that. So yeah, awesome. I will see you there, Matthew. I'm looking forward to what your thoughts are. By the way, I love these live session prepared tutorials. So sometimes when we experiment, it doesn't work at all. Yeah, no, that's exactly kind of why I do these live streams. It's not only to hold myself accountable to actually work on visual effects, but I've had comments of some people of literally they put this on the background while they're working and will like look over it and glance. It's like a cool thing like that. But also it's cool for you guys to see like me unprepared and like kind of how I troubleshoot some stuff. And so hopefully that kind of helps you learn visual effects as well. Would love to hear your opinion on this. How your best way to get around rendering lens distortion on visual effects shots. I know Blender works well with Nuke, but any experience with After Effects or DaVinci? Unfortunately, I do not have much After Effects or DaVinci experiments with lens distortion. I'm sure there is either native support into it, and so I'm trying to remember what it's called. Is it called I think it's an STI map, or it's like STL maybe. Effects ST map, yeah. Okay, so it's just called an ST map. Basically, it's something that I'll probably even do with this Nuke thing, of rendering this out of Synthesize into Nuke, and all it is just a map that tells the lens distortion, and so that'll be plugged into like a node. I'm sure there's an After Effects version that allows for ST maps, but you basically load this in. It acts as a map, like a normal map or anything like that. Basically just codes it in a way to tell the lens distortion. and so that's how you redistort it. So I would assume there would be similar stuff for DaVinci or After Effects out there, like the Nuke way. And so perfect there. It converts Shadow Catcher Pass to black alpha like this result. What are you saying, Mohammed? Did I miss something? Idea 1. Tier 1 Discord access, Discord role, a Discord specific session, 1 hour coach session. Maybe I think the problem I was having before with Discord is I guess overpromised a little bit in terms of like I didn't have the time to do all this stuff, guys. Like literally I was offering one-on-one sessions for $25 and like that for my time is not worth it. Like there's so much more stuff I could be doing to benefit the community and also all that stuff that like it was just eating a lot into my time. And also I'm trying to become more private online. For the one-on-one sessions, I was actually offering like a private like email link and like even sometimes my phone number and stuff like that. And so as I grow with the channel and stuff, like I can't be offering that stuff in a public sense like that. Like eventually I will offer one-on-one sessions again, but there'll be more like private consulting and stuff like that, to where people can reach out to me, but I'll have to charge like a more industry kind of standard rate for my time, if that makes sense. You know, you guys were getting an amazing deal out of Patreon, and I'm sad to say it's no longer happening as I grow with the channel, but just know there are avenues with Discord that I will be doing that stuff for free. Maybe not purely one-on-one sessions and stuff like that, but like if somebody, I'll have a channel of like, you know, feedback or something like that. I might like send a message in my free time or stuff like that. So that'll kind of be the idea of Discord going forward. Definitely going to sign up for Patreon for sure. Would love the Discord. Awesome. Thank you so much. ST Mass. There you go. Greeting from Poland. Thank you. Oh man, I gotta start. Oh, that would be so much fun. Of having like a interactive thing to where like if anybody comes on the stream and they say, hey, I'm from blah blah blah, it'll actually update like a map of the world, and so we could like see and try to fill out the map, you know. That'd be kind of cool. I kind of like that. What I'm saying that you don't have to render a second layer to get shadows. Yes. Okay. So here, let me go ahead and demonstrate why I don't like that. So right here we have our shadow pass, right? It's a little bit hard to tell. Here, I'll go to the alpha channel. So here's our shadow pass. You can see we have the entire shadow pass. If I come, what you're saying is going up to object or object thing, and then going into the view layer thing, and then there's this, where is it? Shadow catcher layer. That does work. I can actually render that out real quick just to show you why I don't like doing that. But there is a big reason why I don't like doing that. You'll see in a little bit. Give me your Instagram. I'll send you a YouTube video to converting shadow catcher pass to black shadows. I'm confused what you're talking about of converting it to black shadows, because sometimes shadows aren't black, you know. I know how to use the shadow catcher pass. You just use it as a multiply, so it's not too hard. Just you wait. I'll tell you my little mini rant about the shadow catcher pass and why I don't love it for my work. Okay, so here is what we had before. You can see, number one, we have a clean RGB channel, even though I'm not going to use the RGB channel. More importantly, we have a clean alpha channel. That is one of the biggest things, in my opinion, for accurate shadows within CGI. If I go to the shadow catcher pass now, number one, we don't have an alpha channel. You can see all of that is, oh wait, I actually did it wrong. Huh. Okay, let me do this correctly. Let's go to shadow and go to, I need the shadow catcher pass here. Whoopsies. Okay, let's re-render that again. Whoopsies. You guys are gonna get the rant. Maybe I'll make like a tiny video on this too, because I find too many people, and you can use it, right? Like you can totally use the shadow catcher pass, but there are better ways, and hopefully I can explain it of why I do it, right? Because I know some people like doing it, especially like even like some very high up like professional nuke compositors and stuff. I'm trying to remember. I watched a video on I forget his name, but he's like a professional nuke compositor and all this stuff or whatever, and he uses Blender for CG and all that, and he was even using a shadow catcher pass. I was like, why are you doing that to yourself? I'm so confused. Anyways, so here is what we got rid of our okay. Anyway, you guys saw the alpha that we had earlier. Now with shadow catcher, this is the pass that we have, right? Like you can see it's black and white, which is fine. You know, you can convert it into a mask, that's fine, whatever. My problem, you know, this is actually not a good example anyway. Gosh, Jacob, come on now. Well, okay, we have to go to objects. We'll go to objects. For now, I'll just render a single layer so it'll save us time. You're saying to come over here to do shadow catcher on this layer now. Okay, now I have everything set up. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't done this in a while, but just let it render one more time. We're almost there, I swear. Oh, and okay, I gotta turn this off. I'll undo all that later. I know what I did. I gotta turn all that off. Simply we add alpha over after it to fact input, and then make the first color to alpha, and then convert color to... See, that's a lot of work, right? And I think you're not getting at the main point of what I'm about to discuss as well, and you might have like an aha moment, hopefully, because this will also tell me if I'm just crazy or not. Also, I gotta subdivide that. That's gonna annoy me. Okay, so we finally have what you're talking about. I'm so sorry. It's a long day. Okay, so we have this, right? We have that, which is our CG, and we have our alpha channel of our CG. That's totally fine. Now we have the shadow catcher pass. This is the pass, right? Like this is the pass you're talking about. Look how much non-detail is there. This is the biggest thing. Like if you're using this as a mask in compositing, which you shouldn't be using this as a layer. I find too many people multiply this onto your footage and call it a day. You should not be doing that. And the reason being is because shadow has color and all this stuff into it. And so really you should be using shadow as a mask, like we had used inside of Nuke. Anyway, so we don't have all of this data here. Say if this shadow isn't 100% accurate, right? Like say if I want to either denoise the shadow, do anything to the shadow, maybe even blur it a little bit more inside of compositing, I don't have any data here to actually blur it. Not only that, if I go ahead and alpha over this, or I can't even remember how to do inside Blender. Maybe it's like mix. Maybe I think I have to mix it. This is just for demonstration. I know it's not what you're saying to do. And then if I multiply. Okay, so we have this, right? Sometimes you will have a edge. It doesn't matter right now because we're in basically 4K. But if you're doing any 1080p and stuff, there will be some pixels here that don't perfectly match up and stuff, right? Especially if you're blurring or anything like that. It just is a very it's a very destructive process in my opinion. Versus here, I'll undo everything I did. Right, so the shadow needs to be indirect only. We'll go back here, turn this off, turn the shadow off, shadow catcher off here, and then I'll turn that off, and we'll render another image, and I'll show you inside of Nuke why this is so important. And don't worry, I'm not trying to like call you out or anything like that. Like this is like, man, it's like one of those things I find too many people don't teach. It's not incorrect, right? Like this is the process that Blender is doing, that it's using that shadow catcher and all that stuff, but there are better ways, you know. And I just don't, it does take more render time, right? Like this will sometimes double, even more than double your render time. So I understand why certain people don't like that. And there's a certain philosophy that you should be 100% making sure your lighting is correct in compositing, or sorry, in CGI, which is also somewhat correct and stuff like that. But having non-destructive stuff is so useful. So now we have something like this, right? And we have this, we can see the parts that aren't seen that's on top of the CGI. So we have more data here. But now if I go inside of Nuke, I have so much more information to work with. We'll go to our recent, and I already have it set up. I think Let's see. Go to 550. Okay, why is this not working? Why is Nuke being weird? Ah, whoopsies. Didn't mean to do that. Let's re-render this, sorry. But yeah, hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about with that. It's just a undestructive way to work. That, in my opinion, leads to better visual effects, if that makes sense. But yeah. The Infinites. You should make a video explaining Blender shortcuts. I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll check out that video because maybe there is a perk to doing that other than just faster render times. But here, let's reload this. There we go. Now that's working. Like, in my opinion, guys, like, look, we're using this as a mask, right? We only care about the alpha channel, and we're doing a mask to our grade, right? And so say if I don't like this result, I actually think the result is perfectly fine. But say if I wanted to make it brighter, right? I could do this. I could go to the alpha channel and just crank up the gain. So now I have more shadow right here. And so now it's playing around with some of that stuff. Might even make it a little bit more, you know, diffused and stuff like that. And so that is working well right there. Also, more importantly, if I want it to be more diffused, say if I wanted to add a blur node in here, and then all of a sudden I can blur it more. That doesn't look realistic. That's looking less realistic. But just to prove my point, we couldn't do that if we had the other shadow catcher mask, you know, because we wouldn't have this data here. And so all of that to say, just experiment with what I'm talking about. It might not matter for your specific scene, but I've just ran into so many times in the past where, you know, say the shadow should be like a little bit more blue. You know, I can quickly just go into the gamma and like bump up the blue, you know, and so now we have a little bit more blue. I can even make it super crazy and add all that blue, or just point it back and stuff like that. And so that is, you know, having all that flexibility in compositing is like what makes realistic CG realistic, you know? And so just keep that in mind as you kind of think about how to render out passes inside of Blender. It's such a massive benefit. I know I said I was going to end the stream and we kind of went off on a tangent, but that's just kind of my thought process coming from a compositing background of why I don't use the shadow catcher pass, and honestly why I don't recommend it to anybody, regardless of kind of what you're doing. So yeah. Cool. Well, anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. I will catch you guys on Discord coming out here soon. Again, my patrons are having early access to that right now. I am setting up a Patreon only role in the Discord later today. And so for you guys who are already on the Discord, I will have that role already set. I guess I can end this off by kind of showcasing a preview for it. It'll be live probably mid to late day tomorrow. And so definitely keep your eye out for that. But I can start to, I do have streamer mode on, so that's good. So yeah, so we have Matthew, welcome. Already spamming stuff there. So I have some text channels set up. I also have like some feedback and suggestions. So say, if you have a video idea that you want to do, a channel suggestion, so like if you want to have another text channel, another you know, help channel, anything like that, you can do that. I also have a section where you can check out all my uploads if you want to get pinged there to see when I actually upload and stuff like that, and all this stuff. If you want to suggest a feature like a bot, for example, all that kind of stuff, we have some fun kind of things over here. These guys are going to be transferring to Patreon roles once that is up later today. But we have Default Cube. I thought it'd be a fun for like the common member of the Discord, so the non-Patreon people are named Default Cube. I only have one bot over here. That might be changing. I don't know. And then we also, ooh, it even says when I'm live streaming. That's pretty sick. But we have me over here. I don't know. it'll be a fun time. Preview to my Discord, so that is coming tomorrow. Be excited for that. But thanks so much for watching, everybody. It's been an amazing stream. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. And check out the final shot that is coming out soon. That'll probably be on. I'll probably link it to my Discord first, and then go to Instagram, and then it'll be up on a YouTube short here shortly, to, you know, showcase the final shot, how I made it, all this stuff or whatever. And if you did watch the stream and see the shot, feel free to say I was here or something like that, just so I can kind of see that you were on the stream with us. Super fun stuff right there. Finally, I just want to say tomorrow we will be live streaming the second episode of my podcast. We'll be talking about my visual effects career, my background, the behind the scenes stuff, along with Ray Jenkins. She's an amazing visual effects artist. Recently just worked with the Muppets and everything like that. And so Muppet Mayhem. And so we can't talk about any of that Disney NDA stuff, but we'll of course talk about any questions that you guys have about the visual effects industry, all of our experience there. And so it's going to be a super fun time. I can't wait to kind of showcase her to the world and my audience and stuff like that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We have some last minute comments here. I'll quickly go over theirs. How can I learn Blender? You look up videos online, look up courses, all that stuff. Default cube means delete me ASAP. Nice. And that's the idea. I want them to like have a fun little like Blender kind of slang or whatever, but like, hey, I don't want to be a default. Nobody wants to be default cube, right? Like everybody wants to be a higher tier. I gotta figure out, maybe I'll have like another tier be like called Suzanne or something like that, some other like Blender memes or something. But yeah, if the villain, please add subtitles. I think it'll automatically do subtitles after the video gets released, but Blender will automatically DVR this and upload it to my channel. So, or sorry, YouTube. I don't know if I said Blender. Sent DM on Instagram. Okay, sweet. I'll check it out and see if it gets buried within all my other DMs I have. Oh, earn. Oh, my bad. Earn money from Blender. I mean, just, you know, upgrade your skills, get your work out there is the biggest thing I would say. And start small and build up, right? Like, yeah, nobody is going to be working for Marvel one day, you know, as their first gig. You gotta put your name out there. Nobody's willing to hire people that don't have their work shown online, right? So that's my biggest tip for you guys. And you might have people come to you. If not, start reaching out, start, you know, be on everything you can be, right? You know, have overexposure and stuff like that. So anyways, thanks so much for the stream, guys. I will catch you in the next video or tomorrow at 10 a.m. For the live stream we're doing for the podcast. I can't wait to see you guys there. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next stream.